is America's Talking.
Gimme a Beat. It's the Alive and Wellness show today, and coming up in the next hour, it's called Rhythm for Life, drum beats for healing. But how and why really does it work? Well, music therapist Barry Bernstein and our audience will tap out the answers for you. Also today, beauty's more than skin deep, and herbalist Letha Hadidi is here to show us today how Asian herbs get under our skin to fight acne and weight loss and lots more. And Dr. Patrick Quillen is back with Dr. R. Michael Williams today to tell us about Cancer Treatment Centers of America, along with two of their bona fide success stories. Quite a day ahead. We hope you're going to stay with us. I'm your host, Carol Martin, and Alive and Wellness is next. Try this one on, for example, a therapy that you can literally beat with a drum. It has had remarkable results with Alzheimer's, arthritis, and even Parkinson's disease, and it's fun and pain-free. The program is called Rhythm for Life, and music therapist Barry Bernstein is the program director. So let's welcome Barry once again. Hi, Barry.
Hi.
And I also want to say hello to Randy Crafton, who is bringing us the drum beat today, which we appreciate very much. What we just saw and felt,
Yes.
has what to do with healing, Barry?
Well, it has to do with bringing together a focus and synchronicity of rhythm. And there's many rhythms going on in our bodies. Many feel that disease is only breaking of that rhythm. And so drumming is one way to help us focus in on the rhythm.
Getting back in touch with that. Remarkable the things that the Rhythm for Life program is allegedly able to do, and you have research that can prove this, in fact, that it taps into latent areas.
Very much so. Our project that we've just released results on, we did a 1.5-year study with people who have Alzheimer's disease and other dementias, and we were able to show that when they were not able to do many other things, they were still able to interact with us rhythmically. With
the music, with the beat, yeah.
Right.
Let's take a look at what we're talking about so we'll better understand it as we go along with our talk later today. I'll leave you to do that. Here's Barry and Randy.
All right, so Randy's going to take over this part of the show here, and he's going to lead the audience in a community drum circle, is what we're going to call this, except today it's a community drum line.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Crafton?
We're going to start out with the very basic beat that often I start out with in a group of drummers where we don't all have a common language. We don't all play a certain type of drum. We're not all from the same place, but we all did come from a heartbeat. So I'm going to start us off with a heartbeat. We're all going to join in and play that, and then as you feel moved, you begin to fill in around that. Let's just start out with something right about here. Not a 9-to-5 job, fill in the space.
Now you can begin to play whatever you want. Fit in with that.
Speed it up a little bit.
Yeah. A little faster.
I was back here trying, I gotta admit. Wonderful. Did we feel that? I think so. I tell you, everybody was in it. Take a drink, catch your breath. You earned your money to
Gotta
take,
catch
right?
my breath there.
Isn't that something? I guess I should ask you, talk about what it does for other people. What does it do for you?
Gets my heart beat up.
I guess so. Isn't that the rhythm? That's what. How did that feel to everybody? Kind of fun, wasn't it? Everybody was smiling. Everybody was laughing. It was almost like, can I keep the beat? But it wasn't so important just to try to keep the beat. It was about what was going on inside, I think, and what it was stimulating. Is that the idea?
Not only inside, but outside. People have a quick way to interact with each other.
That's right. It brings the community feeling together, too, as well. What is the, just take your time so you can catch your breath, what is the effect on the health profession at this point of the music therapy program? How is it being used?
Well, we're in all sorts of medical modalities. Very much so in the psychiatric field. We're very prevalent in many nursing homes and skilled nursing facilities, adult daycares. Very prominent in the special ed for children.
And what's so fascinating, and what I read about it, maybe many people are familiar with the movie Awakenings and the book as well. Dr. Oliver Sacks works on your board, I know.
That's right.
This was the most extraordinary experience that I'd seen and read about. I know De Niro starred in the movie, you all might have seen it, but it's almost like latent areas, as we said, neurologically impaired areas, or areas that can't be reached in other ways, somehow are reached through the drum beat.
It has to do with the inherent structure and the redundancy and the knowing what's going to come next that we're able to tap into. Like
knowing what's going to come next, I don't quite understand that.
Well, from beat to beat, you can anticipate what's going to happen.
That structure.
Right.
So even when someone has Alzheimer's or something and isn't able to connect on other levels, somehow they know that.
It's deep in our muscles. And for example, with Alzheimer's disease, it's the verbal cognitive centers that are deteriorated, whereas the motor centers aren't as affected until much later in the disease. So through drumming and rhythm and other music therapy activities, we're able to access that.
Understood, yeah. The origins of music therapy are very interesting, too. The Second World War is when it was first used? It
was right after the Second World War, and I happened to work at the hospital in Topeka, Kansas, where this was begun. Carl Menninger of the Menninger Foundation was the chief of staff then, and he was very interested and into using the creative arts in the therapeutic mode. So there was a gentleman, E. Thayer Gaston, who was teaching music at the University of Kansas. And they got together and they started this program, and at that time they were called music specialists. And the program and the field has grown since then tremendously.
And how is it regarded in terms of the traditional medical community now?
More and more it's being accepted for what it is. It's an economical, accessible way to reach people and help them feel better. You saw all the smiles on everybody's faces in a matter of 2 minutes.
The energy, it was fun, it was...
Right, it's very fun. And let's face it, fun is what really gets us feeling better.
Absolutely.
Quickly.
And how does it make you feel?
Sometimes when I do these circles at home, if I do them at night, I get very stimulated. And it's a great way to go home and get some cleaning done. Because I just get very stimulated and I'm awake and I feel good and balanced. And yeah.
That's one way to learn how to make the most of the experience, I guess. And your training as a music therapist, this was not a part of it. We'll get the makeup people in a minute to blot you down a little,
I'm
too.
a sweater.
You're fine, though. You're just fine. Did you know that this was how it was going to manifest, what your training?
What I'm doing now? Well, I always knew that I really enjoyed working with large groups of people. And I had a deep interest in rhythm.
Yeah.
But did I know then? No. This has just been a miracle. It's really blossomed and grown in the last 3 years.
A man who loves his work. That's wonderful. This is Barry Bernstein. We're talking about rhythm of life, music therapy, and we're going to be back in a moment to show you a little more of how it's done. Everybody's going to get involved.